Vaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 68, Chapter entitled The Marriage of Samba. So we will be discussing from text number 21 till text number 30. And for recitation, we will recite text number 24. And then we'll go one by one. Aho mahachitramidam kalagatya duratyaya arurukshati upanadvai Shiro Mukuta Sevitam Aho Mahachitramidam Kalagatya Duratyaya Arurukshate Upanadvai Shiro Mukuta Sevitam Aho mahachitramidam Kalagatya duratyaya Arurukshtyaupanadvai Shiro mukuta sevitam Matajis. Aho mahachitramidam Kalagatya duratyaya Word to word meaning. Aho, oh, Mahat, great, Chitram, wonder, Idam, this, Kala, of time, Gatya, by the movement, Duratyaya, unavoidable, Arurukshati, wants to climb on top, Upanad, a shoe, Vai, indeed, Shiraha, the head, Mukuta, with a crown, Sevitam, ornamented. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Kuru nobles said, "Oh, how amazing this is! The force of time is indeed insurmountable. A lowly shoe now wants to climb on the head that bears the royal crown. Purport. By the words Kalagatya Duratya, the insurmountable movement of time, the intolerant Kurus allude to the degraded age of Kali, which was about to begin. Here the Kurus indicate that the fallen age of Kali had already begun, since they claim that now the shoe wants to climb on the head that bears the royal crown. In other words, they thought that the lowly Yadus now wanted to rise above the royal Kurus. Please recite the translation responsively. The Kuru nobles said, "Oh, how amazing this is! The force of time is indeed insurmountable. A lowly shoe now wants to climb on the head that bears the royal crown." Om Ajnanadirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsya Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with the pastimes of Lord along with his devotees, and all the pastimes Lord enacts has two purposes. One is for the enjoyment, for the pleasure of the Lord, and also for the pleasure of the devotees. And second is to teach from that pastime, teach about our consciousness. We can read, we can hear, we can learn these pastimes and understand and reflect on our own consciousness. Where are we standing today? And where we should be going. If you want to travel, you should always know two things: the origin and the destination. So destination is clear, then you have to, second thing you have to work out is where you are and how far you are. And then the other things will follow is how to proceed. So by reading and by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, it gives an opportunity for us to reflect or to reconfirm where we are and where we wish to go. If this is not happening, then reading is or hearing is very superficial. The reading of any scripture What is the purpose of scriptures? Maya mukdhera jeev nahi swatah jnana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Sanatana Goswami that all the living entities, Maya mukdhera, who are conditioned by Mahamaya, nahi swatah jnana. On their own, they will not attain any knowledge. Then that is why Krishna Dwapayana Vyasa, very mercifully, he has written all these scriptures. So these scriptures are so that we get knowledge. And if knowledge not contemplated on, so that we can apply in our life, then reading and hearing is maybe add some sukriti. It's definitely not a waste of time, but we have lost the opportunity. Some sukriti we will add, but better is to take the opportunity and read and hear and understand to apply. And first thing, if you go and enroll yourself, register yourself for any communication course, so they'll teach you about listening. And they'll tell you that the first feature or parameter for a good listening is you should be non-biased towards the speaker and towards the subject matter. In other words, your heart should be open. Then the subject matter will go inside. But with scriptures, that is not the only precondition. Open heart is good. But we have been taught by Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas that we have to read and hear with submissive heart. And Srila Prabhupada writes 1.7.7, submissive oral reception. A very beautiful verse. 3 things happen when we submissively give our ears to hear the subject matter. Fear will go away. So, Shoka, Moha, Bhaya, all 3 will go away. So Prabhupada adds this word, submissive oral hearing. So if we want to really understand Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad-gita or any other literature, Srila Prabhupada writes in the introduction of Bhagavad-gita that we need to come in the mood of Arjuna, who surrendered to Krishna, who became submissive. A friend became a disciple. And Krishna smiled. A friend becomes a disciple. So, unless we have that kind of attitude, the knowledge is not penetrating inside our system. And because the knowledge is not getting inside, there is no possibility of applying that knowledge and contemplating that knowledge. And that is why we hear sometimes devotees saying that I read but I forget, because you have never read. I hear but I forget. In our young days, we have heard so many Bollywood songs. We don't forget till now, because we have heard them with open heart. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is their personification of the Supreme Lord to give us an opportunity. Very mercifully Krishna is giving us this opportunity. How we can go back to Godhead and attain unending eternal happiness. So this chapter, the marriage of Samba. So you are hearing this. So Samba comes, he fights, and all the Kurus, they capture Samba, and the news goes to Dwarka by Narada Muni. So they are all ready to fight. Balram says to all the assembly in Sudharma assembly that let us not fight, let me go. Because Balram is thinking the Kali Yuga is already at the doorstep, it's about to enter. And the symptom of Kali Yuga, Balram says, is on very slight provocation, people will be ready to fight. You go out and see in local train, you go and see how people touch the vehicles and they fight. And we are also seeing in our own life, for small things we get in the fight mode. There's the most used mode in our system. Where is Kali Yuga? So Balram says, let me peacefully go and settle. Why these two great dynasties, the Kaurava dynasty and the Yadu dynasty, need to fight and so much of bloodshed. So he comes. And then yesterday we heard from Anantrup Gaur Prabhu how Balram has come and Uddhava goes and gives message to all the Kauravas. And they come and welcome Balram according to their own understanding. And obviously Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana and others, they have their own understanding, but Bhishma and Arjuna knew that Balram is the Supreme Personality of God. After that, Balram speaks. So this is the verse 21 we'll start. Ugrasena shiteshesho yadva agyapayat prabhu tad avyagraha dhiyashrutva kurudhvam ave lambitam. Lord Balram said, King Ugrasena is our master and the ruler of the kings. With undivided attention, you should hear. See, hearing. Even Krishna, go and study and research in Bhagavad-gita how many times Krishna is telling Arjuna, hear what I am saying, hear. In 18th chapter itself, 4 or 5 times Krishna says, hear what I am saying now. So attention. Here also he is saying with undivided attention. What I am going to talk is not a casual talk. It's a serious instruction I am about to give you. You should hear what he has ordered you to do. So Kauravas were not used to, taking orders. And here, apparently small dynasty is coming and giving them order. And then you should do it at once. Don't just listen what I'm saying. Act on it. And I'm standing here and watching you, supervising you, making sure that you act. Otherwise, I will make you act. So this is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. Prabhupada is saying, nachao, nachao, make me dance, make me dance. And for us, Krishna has to say, now act. So, very interesting word here, Ugrasena, Shite Isha. Shite Isho, Shita means earth, Isha means the ruler. He is addressing Ugrasena as the king, as the ruler of the kings and ruler of the earth. So these were surprised, Kauravas were surprised. How come he's talking? Because Yadu dynasty and Andhaka and Bhoja and Vrishni, all these dynasties, they're a small part. So why Balram is saying? So our acharyas, they explain, Balram is trying to say that because Yadu was told not to become king, that does not mean he cannot become the king of the kings. So Yadavas are the rulers of the kings. So understand, in Hindi mein they say na, apna bheja mein dal lo. The first instruction, clarifying the position, Sambandha Gyan. Krishna, Balaram is giving Sambandha Gyan. Who are you and who is Ugrasen? Before taking instruction, you should know. Sambandha Gyan is clear. So take instruction, the person who is giving instruction is your master. And I am his representative. So I am as good as you, master for you. Representative is also master. Then he has ordered and you should do it. Then in the next verse, one more word, important word here, Balram says, is Prabhu. He is Prabhu, he is master. So he is clarifying. Then 22nd, Yaduyam bhavastu ekam jitva dharmena dharmikam abadnitatha tanmrishe bandhunam aikakamyaya. So he says, King Ugrasen has said, now I am just repeating the message of my master, who is also your master. Even though by irreligious means, several of you defeated a single opponent who follows the religious codes, still I am tolerating this for the sake of unity among the family members. Purport. Here, Ugrasen implies that the Kurus should immediately bring Samba and present him to Balaram. So Balaram is saying, I am tolerating you. Why? For the unity in the family. A mature person who really is well-wisher of the dynasty, he will tolerate. But tolerance should not be seen as a sign of weakness. If a beggar sitting on the street who's begging few paisas every day, he says, and you go to him and you ask him, so how are you living your life? Isn't it troublesome? You don't have any good clothes, torn clothes, all jutha food you get, you don't have money, forget about bank balance, how will you take care of family, how will you take care of your health? And beggar says, you see Prabhu, I'm a renounced person. I've renounced everything and I'm living a life of a renunciate, of a sannyasi. What is the value of your being renunciate? You do not have anything. If you have something, then you renounce, that is called renunciation. At the age of 27, Bharat Maharaj renounced everything. That is called renunciation. What anyways you have? So tolerance is for the people who have capacity and capability to perform, to do, but they are not, they are refraining themselves. That is called tolerance. A weak person, what he will tolerate? He is anyways weak. He is fearful. He is not tolerant. A powerful person who can act and he refrains, that is called tolerance. And that is why we have been told to tolerate, because we have the capability to act independently through our senses and our mind. So we have been told to tolerate, because it will damage us. Now, who can tolerate and when to tolerate? I told you, a person who can act can tolerate. Otherwise, it's not tolerance. If a very powerful opponent comes and is about to kill you, and you say, no, I tolerate, I forgive you, what's the value of your words? So only a powerful can tolerate. And spirituality, in spiritual circle, only the more you are spiritually advanced, the more you can tolerate, because you become more powerful. Complete tolerance will come when you are completely a devotee. And that is why we are not able to tolerate, because we have not become that kind of a devotee. So our mind sometimes, or most of the time, and our senses, they act even when we don't want them to act. Because we don't have capacity to hold. When to tolerate? If something better can happen, if something positive can come out as a result, then you tolerate. If tolerance is bringing destruction, if tolerance is bringing negativity, or it will ruin everything, then you should not tolerate. Dhritarashtra, when Krishna came as a peace messenger, and he's talking to Dhritarashtra, he's talking to king. And this fellow Duryodhan jumping up and down, he's becoming impatient, thinking that Dhritarashtra, Krishna, he is Mayavi. That's what Duryodhan used to think. Krishna should not manipulate the mind of my father. So he is talking in between. And Krishna is not even looking at Duryodhan. Even though Duryodhan is talking, Krishna is saying, I'm talking to you. And Dhritarashtra says, what can I say? I'm very tolerant. This tolerance will lead to destruction of the dynasty. You should not tolerate. Prabhupada says, when a doctor, Prabhupada gives this example, when a doctor will see boil on your body, he will not blow. He will remove that boil, operate on your body. When a guru sees any infection in the consciousness of a disciple, he will not tolerate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, where Sanatana Goswami left everything. He renounced everything, but had one costly blanket which was given by his brother-in-law. Mahaprabhu did not tolerate. It was like, pricking in his ears. And Mahaprabhu was looking at Sanatana Goswami's blanket. And Sanatana Goswami could understand. And he just renounced. If Guru sees infection in the consciousness of a disciple and still tolerates, either he is not Guru or the disciple is not surrender. There are many patients who are roaming around in the world. Why doctor is not treating them? Because they have to come, pay the fees. Doctor will not go and treat them. And patient comes to hospital, pays the fees, still doctor does not know how to treat. That means he is not a real doctor. So that is why Dhritarashtra's tolerance was weakness of heart. It was not tolerance. It was hridaya daurbalyata. It was weakness of heart. So do not misunderstand weakness of heart as tolerance and tolerance as weakness of heart. Balram will prove this when he will drag the entire Hastinapur. Sam, Dam, Danda. If tolerance is not working, is not leading to result, then I will act. And Balram uses this word Danda. Danda means physical punishment. So physical punishment is required for you people. That's what Balram is telling to Kauravas. And we will see. So that is why here speaks. Then next verse, 23rd. How he speaks. Shukdev Goswami is about to speak. Shukdev Goswami is speaking. In what mode Balram is speaking? Virya Shaurya Balonadham Atma Shakti Samam Vachah Kuravo Baladevasya Nisham Yachu Prakopitaha. Prakopitaha, very angry. Kupitaha is anger. Prakopitaha, very angry. How Balram speaks? Very heroically. 3 words are being used. Virya, Shaurya and Balam. He is speaking with all the power, potency, virya, and Shaurya, courage. He is standing alone and giving instruction to entire army. He was supposed to be the kings of the world. Bhishma is standing there. Even demigods will not fight with Bhishma. Arjuna is standing there. Duryodhan is standing there. Duryodhan anyways is his disciple, but all big people are standing. With full courage, Balaram is speaking. And then Balam. So, he speaks. Upon hearing these words of Lord Baladevas, which were full of potency, courage and strength, and were appropriate to his transcendental power. Yesterday we heard how Balram's expansion, not only expansion, the part of the expansion of Balram is holding the entire universe like a mustard seed on the head. It's a small thing. Krishna told Balram, you take care of entire spiritual world and material world. And I will take care of Vrindavan. So it's all Balram's expansion. The Vrindavan where Krishna is playing is Balram's expansion. Whatever paraphernalia Krishna uses is Balram. So we can understand transcendental power. He'll show a glimpse of his transcendental power. The Kauravas became furious and spoke as follows. So Kauravas become furious. Like a snake, if you touch the tail of the snake, the snake will start, he'll become very ferocious. So Kauravas seeing, so it is not what words he's using, but how you are speaking. So what Balram said, okay, words, language. But how he spoke, authoritative tone, very authoritative body language, with a lot of courage and power in it. So that made Kauravas become very furious. And they say, Aho ma chitramidam kala gatya duratyaya arurukshatya upanad vai shiro mukuta sevitam. Oh, how amazing is this! The force of time is indeed insurmountable. A lowly shoe now wants to climb on the head of the royal crown. So Kali Yuga is, they are also talking about how Kala has changed. So they are also saying Kali Yuga is about to enter. Kali Yuga is all upside down yoga. Who are ruling the world? Are Brahmanas ruling the world? Are Kshatriyas ruling the world? So the upside down. The entire world is topsy-turvy. The world has become polarized. And the more the world will become polarized, the ground will be ready for the war. So we are heading towards that. When two poles become powerful, they will fight. So we are heading towards that. So here they are saying, Aho mahat chitramidam. Chitram means wonderful. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Keshava tuva jagata vichitra. So he is saying, oh Keshava, your creation, how wonderful it is. Vichitra. It's not just colorful, it's wonderful. If you just observe people around you, whether inside, outside, you will see the world is really very wonderful. All varieties you will see. How people think, how people act, how you are thinking, how you are acting. The creation is very mysterious. So they say, Kalagatya duratya. This insurmountable time. This is the influence of time that now the shoe wants to climb on the head and not the normal ordinary head. Mukuta. Shiro Mukuta Sevitum. The head which is crown, that means head of the king, and shoe wants to climb and sit. So they are saying that Yadavas are the shoes of Kauravas. Such an insult to Balaram and Krishna and Ugrasen. And they will continue their insult. So, very interesting. How many of you, when you meet your father, you touch his feet? It's a culture. It's not wrong. You cannot say, oh, I have become a devotee. No, your father is father. Taking blessings from someone who's your well-wisher is always welcome. You get some blessings. So you go and touch the feet of your father, mother, because that is the position. How many of you go home and your mother comes and touches your feet? It will be strange, no? Even if you become a sannyasi, your mother will not touch your feet. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, met Mother Shachi in Shantipur. Shachi mother did not touch his feet just because you are a sannyasi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched her feet. That's how the position is. And if we act according to the position, it will shobha. It will increase the shobha. It will look good when we act according to our position. Krishna did not speak anything till the time Arjuna came to his real position. Arjuna being a friend, that's okay. But here Arjuna is confused. What to do? So he has to come to his position before the Lord speaks. And Prabhupada has time and again said, you go and approach a spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master, and surrender. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. You go to Tattvadarshi, and the first thing you do is pranipat. Without pranipat, you do not have any authority to ask question. You do not have that adhikar. Only by pranipat and by serving, you become qualified. Bali Maharaj and his transcendental doorkeeper, Lord Vamanadev. So when Ravana is about to fight Lord Ram, so Ravana thought that let me go and take some strength from my ancestor. Bali Maharaj, I have heard, is very powerful. So he comes. But Vamanadev does not allow him to go inside. So he becomes an ant. He is also Mayavi. He transforms his form and becomes an ant. And he thinks he is an ordinary doorman, he will not be able to recognize because I will just pass through. An ant, who cares? But he is Lord Vamanadev. He kept his lotus foot on the body of Ravana, who was in the form of ant. And immediately Ravana came in his own form. So one Acharya explains, when Lord Vamanadev kept his lotus feet on Ravana, Ravana became qualified to accept the arrow of Lord Ram. He was not even qualified. So to inquire a spiritual question from a bona fide spiritual master, we are not even qualified if we don't surrender and serve him. And that is why nowadays this modern scenario, a lot of question answer going on. Spiritual questions. But where is the transformation? Information, information, but no transformation. So much information, but where is transformation? How many of us have read Bhagavad-gita at least once? Hey, at least once you have not read? Karishe vachanam tava. Is it happening? Hello. We only remember one verse. Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. After that we don't remember anything. That verse we remember. Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. I read Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is telling me, Prabhu. Yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. वही करो जो तुम्हारी इच्छा हो. Krishna has given me power of attorney. And you know one more thing? This power of attorney Krishna has given to me. After Prabhupada, I am the one who has been given this power. That's what conditions all things. That is why there are 3 conclusions in Bhagavad Gita. Or leading to same conclusion but 3 different personalities. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya maham ekam sharanam vaja. This is one conclusion. Second is, Arjuna is saying, Nashtam ho smritir labdhva. Karishe vachanam tava. Arjuna's conclusion. Then Sanjay is saying, Yatra yogeshwaro Krishna, tatra partho dhanurdhara. There is another, all 3 are giving their conclusions. Sanjay is telling that what benefit we will get. Arjuna is saying what we should do. And Krishna is telling us what you should do. A similar thing. So if we are reading and hearing, and if this is not happening, because we have never surrendered. And before hearing Bhagavad Gita, Shishyasthaham, Arjuna surrendered. That's what we are discussing. If you want to read Bhagavatam, if you want to hear Bhagavatam, first surrender to the will of bona fide spiritual master, which is non-different from the will of Supreme Lord. The words coming, emanating from the mouth of bona fide spiritual master are the words which actually Krishna is wanting to tell us. That is his instruction. Krishna is dealing very personally with us. We are not able to capture it. So that is why these Kauravas are not understanding what Balram is speaking. They become angry. Now how come, Bhishma is standing there, Arjuna is standing there. They are eternal associates of the Lord. So this is the pastime which is taking place, and Lord Balram has engaged Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Because the pastime has to happen. So devotees like Bhishma and Arjuna, they are covered by Yogamaya. Otherwise, how will they talk like this? Arjuna, does he not know who is Krishna, who is Balaram? He knows. Bhishma, does he not know? He knows. It's Yogamaya. And others who are not devotees, like Duryodhana and party, they are covered by Mahamaya. And Krishna wonderfully, he plays, he engages Mahamaya and Yogamaya at the same time. And also interchangeably he uses. Prabhupada says, a good engineer will use the same electric current to heat also and to cool also. Mother Yashoda gave birth to a daughter. Who was she? Yogamaya. When Vasudeva lifted her up, Yogamaya. When Vasudeva gave to Devaki, Yogamaya. When Kamsa lifts up, she becomes Mahamaya. So it does not take more than 1 second to change our consciousness. If you consider yourself servant of Guru and Krishna, and then you act. And even in presence of Guru and Krishna, if you think of your own enjoyment, then Mahamaya captures. The same Maya becomes Mahamaya. Then in text 25, Ete yonena sambandha sahasayana sanaha Vrishnayas tulayatam nita asmadatta nripasanaha. Kauravas are saying it is because these Vrishnis are bound to us by material, by marital ties, that we have granted them equality, allowing them to share our beds, seats and meals. Indeed, it is we who have given them their royal thrones. Look at the power. Kauravas, they are speaking, it is we because they do not deserve it. This means they do not deserve this royal paraphernalia, a white umbrella, and chamar. They do not deserve. It is we who have granted them because they are our relative. So we just allowed them. Okay, you take care. And look what now they will say. Chamara vyajane shankam atapatram cha panduram kiritim asanam shayam bhunjate smad upekshaya. Only because we looked the other way could they enjoy the pair of york-tail fans and the conch shell, white umbrella, throne and royal bed. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes that Kurus were thinking they, the Yadus, should not have used such royal paraphernalia in our presence. But we did not check them due to our family relationship. By using the word Asmad Upekshaya, the Kurus mean to say they were able to use these royal insignia because we did not take matter seriously. As explained by Srila Vishwanath Chakaravarti, the Kurus thought showing concern about their use of these items would have been sign of respect. But in fact, we do not have such respect for them. Since they are of inferior families, they are not to be respected. So we pay no regard to them. Kauravas are saying, we don't even respect them. It's just we allowed. Bhiksha mein de diya. To use these paraphernalia, royal paraphernalia. Now one thing they say is we did not take matter seriously. So this is one transcendental that, Vrishnis and Yadus, they are using this royal paraphernalia because Kauravas, they think we are the kings of the earth, planet, and this is a small dynasty they have, and we ignored. We ignored and they have, look at them what they have become. So we should learn. If we ignore our anarthas, they will grow. If we ignore our anarthas, they will grow. If we ignore the anarthas of people who have taken shelter, who are somehow connected, we are guiding to them. If we ignore their anarthas will also grow. So that is why there is a control mechanism which is required for self also and for the organization also. Otherwise they will grow. A farmer, if he is not careful, the weeds will grow. So these anarthas will grow. So we have to be very, very careful on not allowing them to grow. And if you want to know more, then read instructions by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami, chapter 19, Madhya Leela. Very beautifully and elaborately explained how these anarthas they grow and how we have to be careful. And Rupa Goswami is asking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how will I know? Because you have said that Bhakti Lata and the weeds, they both look same. How will I differentiate? Mahaprabhu says, you cannot differentiate. If I will not differentiate Mahaprabhu, how will I uproot the weeds? How will I grow? Otherwise, all the water which we are giving, and the weeds are very active. Bhakti Lata is Soumya, soft, tender. Weeds are active, jumping like monkeys. So whatever watering is being done, the weeds take all the nutrients. And Bhakti Lata is not getting, the creeper of Bhakti is not getting anything. And that's what is happening with all of us. And we are thinking that we are growing by chanting, by reading, by hearing, by serving. See, if I have to go and get an injection pricked in my body, so I'll go to a doctor. And sometimes we have seen people who have diabetes, they are on insulin, so they can prick themselves also. But if you have to undergo an operation, what is this? Oh, idhar kya hota hai? Appendix. Or gallbladder operation, or kidney, or liver. Can you operate yourself on your body, even though you are an expert doctor? Can you operate? No. Can you operate for piles on your own body? So even though you are an expert doctor, you have to go to other doctor to get yourself operated. So Mahaprabhu says, only a bona fide spiritual master can find out what are weeds in your consciousness. And he will tell you. And then he will give you a process how to uproot the weeds. Otherwise you cannot recognize what are weeds. But our school teachers and college teachers have taught us, you can and you should achieve. And that is what we come with, that kind of consciousness to bhakti. And we just say to our Guru, give me all the knowledge in my pen drive and I'll take care. You take care of yourself and I'll take care of myself. That's what is happening. And that's why there's no feeling of surrender. Guru is there only to give, to connect, to give the beads, give the name, give thread. That's what it is becoming, very ritualistic, because disciple is not surrendering. Do you know what is happening? We are getting cheated. What Guru and Krishna can give, they are not giving that. Prabhupada says in Nectar of Devotion, in lecture, he says, there are many people who are looking out for inferior quality products, and that is why they get cheated with inferior quality products. Even though fortunately we have come in association of bona fide spiritual master and bona fide parampara, but we are looking for inferior products, we'll only get inferior products, we'll not get superior quality products, we'll not get rabdi, we'll get watery milk, or maybe some white powder mixed with water which appears like milk. When a shopkeeper is selling, you go to jewelry market, so they sell 24 karat gold, 22 karat gold, 20 karat gold, 18 karat gold. What are these different carats? The impurity increases. As the carat increases, impurity increases. So if you pay less money, then you get 16 karat gold. That means gold with lot of impurities. If you want 99.9, that is 24 karat gold. You have to pay. And for payment, you need to earn money. And to earn money, you need to do a lot of struggle. So if we are not ready to struggle, then we will not attain the lotus feet of Krishna. We will attain the lotus feet of Maya. So it is independence given to a disciple to decide what you want. A guru is not just a button that you press and he will give you money and he will give you all the facility. He is Kalpavriksha. Prabhupada is Kalpavriksha. He can give you anything. But why you are trading your chanting of Harinam with some inferior quality products when Harinam can give you Krishna Prem? That is why we are getting cheated. And that is why there is no taste in holy name. For us, there is no taste in chanting of holy name. There is no taste in reading and hearing. So this is how Maya works. And then 27th. Okay, now let us just read translation. Time is less. No longer should the Yadus be allowed to use these royal symbols, which now cause trouble for those who gave them, like milk fed to poisonous snake. Having prospered by our grace, these Yadavas have now lost all shame and are daring to command us. Now this is one instruction, that Kauravas are influenced by Mahamaya and Yogamaya. But what is happening with us? We are picked up by, imagine this situation where Ajamil is lying down and three Yamdutas come and they have put the rope, the Yamapas, and they are dragging him. And four Vishnudutas come and save him. And they, push out these Yamadutas. And after that, Ajamil says to Vishnuduta, now you also go. Let me continue my life. You rascal, did we save you from Yamadutas because of this? So that you can continue your abominable life. Go and do something. So he left the home, he went to Haridwar, practiced bhakti for 5 years, and same Yamadutas, Vishnudutas came and took him back. Someone who is saving us, what they are saying? It is by our grace you got. So we got whatever we are today, name, fame, glories, bhakti, or whatever Sukriti, it is by Prabhupada. It is by the grace of Prabhupada. And we have audacity to not follow the instructions of Prabhupada. Amazing. The biggest example of cheating is this. When I don't follow the instruction of Prabhupada, being saved by him from the ocean of material nescience, from the forest fire. And Prabhupada gives example, sometimes king is sitting and the mosquito comes and sucks blood. Sitting on his lap, he's sucking blood of mosquito. So let us not become like that, sitting in the lap of Prabhupada, on the lap of Prabhupada and sucking his blood. Be very careful. Then in 28th he says, how could even Indra dare usurp anything like Bhishma, that Bhishma, Drona, Arjuna or other Kurus have not gotten him? It would be like lamb claiming the lion's kill. So he says, he's telling that Kauravas are lion and Indra is a sheep. Kauravas are the lion and Indra is the sheep. So we can understand, I do not know, but if it is said that Bhishma, Drona and Arjuna are there, so most likely someone other than him are speaking. Most likely Duryodhana might be speaking, the restless fellow. So he says, the Kauravas are like lion, Indra is like sheep, and you are below Indra. You are worse than sheep. You are not even sheep and you are commanding us. You have such an audacity. Wait till tomorrow when Balram will speak. And same lines, but opposite points. So after this, Shri Badarayani, Shukadeva Goswami speaks. O best of the Bharatas, he is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. After the arrogant Kurus, thoroughly puffed up by the opulence of their high birth and relations, had spoken these harsh words to Lord Balram, they turned and went back to their city. And that's why he says, shameless creatures. Huh? The Kauravas are saying that Balram, you Yadavas, you are shameless. But here, they are so shameless, they turned their back to Balram and left for their own city. Just few minutes ago, you came with all the auspicious items to welcome him. And this is how Kali Yuga relationship just changed. They went back actually. How an insult. Huh? One should never. If you read Mahabharata, you will see so many times Duryodhan leaves the meeting in the huff. One should never leave the assembly of Vaishnavas in the huff. Duryodhan leaves so many times. Yudhishthira is sitting, Bhishma is sitting, and if nothing happens according to his own whims and fancies, he leaves. Once he threatened to Dhritarashtra. Shakuni told to Dhritarashtra, your son is about to commit suicide. And Dhritarashtra, he changed the entire decision. Because my son is about to commit suicide. Dhritarashtra should have allowed him to commit suicide. Text 30. Seeing the bad character of the Kurus and hearing their nasty words, the infallible Lord Balaram became filled with rage, his countenance frightful to behold. He laughed repeatedly and spoke as follows. He becomes so angry. Such an insult. Obviously, Balaram is beyond insult and praise. Yesterday we heard how Balaram was insulted by Romaharshan Sutta. And what Balaram did? Balaram is Adi Guru. Guru means heavy. And he has to discipline his subordinate. I told you, if Guru is not disciplining, is not bringing discipline in subordinate, then he is not Guru. Or the Shishya is not ready. There is some problem somewhere. Prabhupada says Shishya means one who voluntarily accepts the Shasan of the Guru is called Shishya. Voluntarily accept the Shasan of the Guru, he is called Shishya. Otherwise he is not Shishya. So here, Balaram becomes very angry. He now, Sam Dham ho gaya. Now Danda. And Balaram is laughing. Look at how wonderfully this Maya works. His own Maya. And he speaks very angrily. With whom is he speaking? They left already. But there are other city people. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says there are other people. Public is also standing, na? Because when Balaram came, so public also came to see him. They are standing and he's, now Balaram will talk. Very wonderful instruction. How what do you call? Unsubordinate. How an unsubordinate disciple should be treated by a bona fide Guru, that is what Balaram's instruction will be. He wants to rectify them. And he'll forgive. He'll drag the Hastinapur, they will come to their senses and Balaram will forgive. So when tolerance, when mercy is to be shown, it has to be understood. It's not that Prabhupada did not discipline his disciples. It's not that Prabhupada did not give heavy chastisement. 1974, Janmashtami, Krishna Balaram temple was supposed to open, did not open. Go and read Leela Amrit. How merciful Prabhupada was, but this mercy was coming in a different form. So much merciful that Yamuna Mataji, who's so close to Prabhupada, didn't even dare to come inside. And Prabhupada did not say, okay, if she is not coming, let her be wherever she is. No. He says, I am the representative of Balaram. I am Guru. I will drag Yamuna. And then she comes. And then after 10 minutes, when everyone left, Prabhupada is just laughing, enjoying reading Krishna book. So that does not mean you don't discipline. There's an article, very wonderful article. I'll send you, Ram Prabhu, you should read that. The thing which is going now in India, 10 reasons why Indian parents should not deal softly with their children. In India, it does not work. They have given the reasons. 10 reasons why Indian parents should not deal gently with their kids. And nowadays, what is happening? And that's why kids are also untrained. They cannot accept challenges in life. So that is why the reason now they are understanding. So this is, now Balram will show them, how to bring the uncontrolled bull in control. So that is what Balram will speak with full authority and power. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, thank you very much for such a wonderful class and connecting everything through the personal lives. I was just wondering, what is the reason, would you like to tell, we are seeing that how Duryodhana, who was actually a disciple of Balram, and considering him as a Suhuttama, well, everybody is considering Suhuttama, but right now we are seeing that he is speaking against him and just went away. Similarly, we see in Krishna consciousness also in the initial phase when devotees come, when we come, we are very surrendered and very dedicated to the who brings in Krishna consciousness. But right after some years passes and we maybe know a little bit some of the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, then we start, we had that courage to speak in front of our seniors, and then we start blaspheming them, going against them, and even we had that much of courage that we think that we can now continue ourselves individually. So what is the reason, how this change happened, and how we should precaution what we want to give so that this should not be happen?
Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, you should never glorify a person who is alive. You should never glorify a person who is alive, because till the time he is alive, he can do anything wrong. So till the time we have false ego, till the time we are conditioned by Maya, we are controlled by the lower modes, especially passion and ignorance, we can do anything. We are not purified yet. So because the soul is not purified, the consciousness is not purified, it will definitely rebel, because there is false ego. And the knowledge not taken, that is what I said. If you don't surrender and receive knowledge, it will be a poison for you. It will act as a poison for you. It's like giving a 5-year-old child the loaded gun. It will be poison for him, because he will kill people and he'll go out. He'll be inside, behind the bars. Reformation Center. So till the time, that is how Guru will not give the knowledge till the time disciple is surrendered. So many examples. The Mahabharata, opening chapter, these 3 disciples, what are their name? Anyone knows? One disciple who used to drink milk and then separate, he will connect for himself. Very famous names. And one disciple who went and because the dam was breaking, so he slept there to protect the village because Guru instructed him. I forgot their names. Aruni. And there were 2 more. One was who used to beg for Guru and eat first. And Guru said, you cannot eat. That is Guru's itsa. So then he will go beg and give everything to Guru and then go again to village and beg for himself. The Guru stopped him. Still this fellow was, growing in size. So Guru found out he is drinking the milk. Then he said, no, you cannot drink. Then he stopped drinking the milk. He was just, having this froth over the milk. Finally, he did not eat anything. And he suffered so much. And then Ashwini Kumar, he fell into the ditch. And Ashwini Kumaras came. He became blind. He fell in the ditch. He became blind, completely blind. Dark night. And Ashwini Kumaras said that take this medicine, we are Ashwini Kumaras, eat this and your eyes will come back. He said, no. Whole life I ate without asking my Guru, without my Guru's permission, I have suffered. Now I will not eat even medicine without my Guru's permission. And Guru comes there. And then Guru instructs the disciple that you eat this medicine. And then he eats medicine. So that is how either you intelligently understand and accept, otherwise there are other ways. Krishna will be forced to apply those ways on us. There we suffer. Lot of suffering will come to the person who is ungrateful. The worst of the quality any individual can have is ungratefulness. And that is why Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, even if 1,000 lives of Brahma you serve Guru, you cannot repay the debt what he has done for you. Even for 1,000 lives of Brahma, you cannot repay what Guru has done for us. So we do not know what Prabhupada and what our spiritual master has done for us. And that is why we are bound to suffer. And we are suffering and will suffer more. The more we go off track, the more we go astray, the more we suffer. So either you accept it using your intelligence or you suffer. Because of false ego, this is what is happening. And Prabhupada writes in 6th canto Bhagavatam, where he writes about Ajamil section, the one should not forget the past from where he was brought to Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada is addressing to his own disciples. You should not forget what you were doing. And devotees brought you to Krishna consciousness. If you forget that, Devakinandan Prabhu gives this wonderful story. A watchman, he becomes a millionaire. But every day he wears that dress of a watchman. And his son saw, what is this? Papa, you're wearing this dress of a watchman? He says, Beta, every day morning I wear so that I do not forget that this is what I was. So when we forget that what kind of life I was living or what kind of life I would have continued to live if these devotees wouldn't have entered my life mercifully, then suffer. There is no other hope. Because of false ego, this is happening. And false ego, when it's like poisonous snake, when you feed the milk to a poisonous snake, it becomes more poisonous. So when we have false ego and we gain knowledge, even though the knowledge is scriptural, spiritual, it will add to our false ego because we are not surrendered. That's why before you get instruction, pranipatena. So when you surrender, false ego goes down and then the knowledge is given. Madan Mohan Malviya, when he came to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to ask the question, what he said? He said, go and wash the dishes my disciples are doing. Then come to me and ask question. And he went. He was so humble. He was next to Gandhi that time, so powerful. And he went and he was washing dishes of the Lord. Few hours. And he came out. He was going. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur asked, what happened? You wanted to ask some question? He said, I got the answer. Dasharati, the famous disciple of Ramanujacharya. He came to Ramanujacharya. my dear spiritual master, I am not able to understand the meaning of Sarva Dharman Pariteja. You ask all these new bhaktas, they'll explain you. But how come Dashrati is an exalted disciple of Ramanujacharya is not able to understand? When a disciple says, I am not able to understand, exalted disciple, that means he is not able to, he wants to go deeper. And that same time, before Ramanuja Acharya replied to Dashrati, the lady disciple of Ramanujacharya came and she said, my mother-in-law is treating me very badly. So Ramanuja, what do you want? She said, she is making me do a lot of work. I'm not able to manage alone. So Ramanujacharya said, Dashrati, change your dress. Go to this disciple's house, become her servant. Serve menially the entire house. For 6 months Dashrati was serving. When a Mayavadi sannyasi understood who is he brought him to Ramanujacharya. And he said, Mayavadi sannyasi told to Ramanujacharya, oh Acharya, what are you doing? You have engaged Dashrati, an erudite scholar, such a surrendered disciple, such an exalted devotee to work like a worker, a household menial work. Ramanujacharya says, he only came to me to understand what is the meaning of Sarva Dharma. So I applied on him and he passed the test. So that is why all questions will not be answered in words. You will see many times questions asked but answered in actions. One disciple came to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, I have this doubt. Prabhupada said, you're a rascal. He came to Prabhupada and asking, I have a doubt. Prabhupada said, you're a rascal. Why? How can you have a doubt? Because you're not reading my books. That is why you have doubt. And you are just coming here to disturb me. So sometimes unnecessarily we should not ask questions. We see all time same question. I am seeing from 10 years, similar questions will come. And sometimes from same people only. Go and apply something. That means he is not applying. He is not surrendered. He is not reading. Reading knowledge is not going inside. So that is what is happening. Nowadays the youth, very tech savvy, IT. They want all the knowledge in form of words. Spiritual knowledge comes in form of service and surrender. And Prabhupada, I'll just read this and stop your answering your question. What Prabhupada says here, knowledge. Chapter 4th, Transcendental Knowledge. One who follows the path of Bhagavad-gita can very easily understand these two important divisions of spiritual knowledge. For him, there is no difficulty in obtaining perfect knowledge of the self as a part and parcel of the Lord, and such understanding is beneficial. For such a person can easily understand the transcendental activities of the Lord. In the beginning of this chapter, the transcendental activities of Lord were discussed by Supreme Lord himself. One who does not understand instructions of Gita is faithless, and it is to be considered to be misusing the fragmental independence awarded to him by the Lord. In spite of such instructions, one who does not understand the real nature of the Lord as eternal, blissful, all-knowing personality of Godhead is certainly fool number one. Ignorance can be removed by gradual acceptance of the principles of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is awakened by different type of sacrifice to demigod, sacrifice to Brahman, sacrifice in celibacy, in household life, in controlling senses, practicing yoga. All of these known as sacrifice, all of them are based on regulated action. But within all these activities, the important factor is self-realization. One is therefore advised, listen very carefully, one is therefore advised to study Bhagavad-gita or any other scripture under a bona fide spiritual master with service and surrender. Prabhupada is so amazing. You read Prabhupada books, you get all the answers. Now, where is surrender and where is service? This is missing, so this will not go inside our consciousness. Prabhupada writes. And if someone has no faith on Prabhupada's instruction, what can be done? Maya is waiting to receive you. Prabhupada says, with service and surrender. Without service, you cannot do. Putana, an exalted demoness, she was delivered because she served Krishna. What knowledge she had? How many chanting she was doing? She served Krishna. She was not sitting when Kamsa came, oh Putana, go and kill all the kids, all the infants who has taken birth in last 10 days. Putana immediately went, took some poison, smeared on her breast and went. She was not busy watching some movies in her smartphone. And today you see, we are busy with our own things. We are not serving. So how can Krishna deliver us? Krishna delivered Putana, but Krishna is finding it difficult to deliver us because we are not doing any service. Neither to Krishna, nor to his devotee Srila Prabhupada. So there is no service and there is no surrender. So knowledge has not gotten inside. It has only become more poisonous. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Raj, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.